Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to give you an update on the last open meeting of 2021. There was a jam-packed agenda this time, so I'm going to give you the highlights on about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. The energy rules came up, so you heard Kevin and I talking about them at the beginning of the week. Well, that item came up, and it started basically with Commissioner O'Connor reading a prepared statement. Immediately after that, Commissioner Tovar interrupted the chair and asked that this item be pulled from the agenda and put on January's agenda. Before the meeting was even over that day, Commissioner Kennedy already had a quote out in Yellow Sheet that basically said that they didn't feel they had the votes. So they're probably gearing up for that, but that happened. It kicked the can down the road a little bit, but be prepared because we're going to be coming back at you in January because this is a very important topic and we need you guys to let your voices be heard. So anyway, that's the status on that. We did have the vaccine mandate discussion that we've been telling you about. This was basically a letter put out by Commissioner O'Connor's office and Commissioner Olson's office requesting that we make a policy or something that says that the utilities are not allowed to fire people for not having a vaccine. And it had a little bit of discussion in it, but ultimately it passed. We got the chair on board, so all 3 Republicans voted no, and the 2 Democrats voted yes for that, which means no vaccines. And the 2 Democrats voted no for it, which means they were in favor of vaccine mandates. The Democrat side tried to push this as we were being health experts and, we should listen to other people. And of course, the Republicans are all about free choice and letting people make their own decisions. And that's what this topic was really about. It was about protecting the choice and the convenience and comforts of the ratepayers and the employees of the companies. It had nothing to do with the health and safety aspect of it. So anyway, that did pass, and that's a good thing because that's kind of setting some standard here in Arizona. Let's see, electrification of transportation. This is another big topic that we've been talking about, but basically what it is it gave the large utilities, TPAPS, a goal to come up with policy and whatnot, or procedures, whatever, of how they are going to incentivize or support another 1 million cars on the road that are electric. So not just cars, but maybe buses and everything like that. So anyway, that's a mandate at this point. And what's going to happen is it's going to be subsidized a bit. And then of course it's going to be put back into rate base. So you can expect that to be something that comes in the next rate cases. Let's see. There was 15 agenda items on there that were dealing with the same basic topic, and that is Cactus State Utility is basically buying 15 small water companies. Now, why is this significant? Well, as many of you know, you've probably heard me say, we've got this push to solidify and these smaller utilities that might not be viable, or they're kind of upside down in their rate structures and things like that, and push them into bigger utilities that are managed a little better or have better resources, things of that nature. Well, that's exactly what this was. So it was one discussion topic, and ultimately all 15 were approved. But what that means is Cactus State is now absorbing these 15 small utilities. Then we had APS had a third-party storage. So this is basically battery storage contract that they're going to enter into and put it into their power supply adjusters. Now, I like adjusters. You've heard me say that before, because what it does is it keeps it out of rate base and basically allows all of the interest and whatnot to not be accrued, right? So you're paying for it up front in order to not pay the interest on the end. So ultimately, it does keep rates down a little bit. The downside is it does add another line item to your bill, but your bill already has that line item. So power supply adjusters, we're just allowing them to roll these fees into that same line item. So it did go through an all source RFP process, and this battery storage is what came up as the least expensive option. So in that respect, it was a good decision. That at least that's what was kind of stated in the open meeting, is that they felt that it was a good decision because it went through a process where it pitted all the different technologies together. So anyway, that did pass, and that's about all the big heavy hitters this time. There were a lot of little things. So anyway, that's what I have. Have a great weekend, everybody, and God bless.